Well, I'm on the farm today, and right here with my Farmall 350, and as I've alluded to in several videos, we've got fuel issues where I'm not getting fuel out of the tank, and I've taken the fuel line loose in different places, and basically what it boils down to is we got an issue with sediment in the fuel tank blocking the passages coming down here to this fuel strainer. So I've got a fix for that, and but I need to take this fuel line loose and take this thing off, and what I got, basically what I got, that's the fix, is a screen. If I can find it here in my pocket. It looks like that. So that goes down into the fuel bowl assembly, and then sticks up in the tank. And not only does it screen the debris, but if that debris piles up in the bottom of the tank, you know, the fuel can still get down and get out of the tank and come to the engine. So let me work on that a little bit, and I'll come back. I don't know if this will be a long video or a multi-part video, but I'll do what I can, and then I'll let you know what I accomplished here today. Well, I'm draining the fuel out of the fuel tank, and this is flowing really good. I don't know, but I tried it in a previous video. I showed that when this tractor would stop running, even when I cleaned the that fitting, that I had issues with fuel flow, and it would stop. And it wasn't the filter, it was something upstream. So one way or the other, I'm gonna put that screen on there, because the passages in that fuel bowl were definitely clogged. So I don't know what's going on today, but nonetheless, I'm draining the fuel. So I'll throw a picture in here. I'll throw a picture in here that I just took looking down into that fuel tank. It's remarkably clean. There's a little bit of, almost looks like sand, black sand, just ever a little bit over in this part of the tank. But you'll see two rings, one and then one over here, and that's got a hole in it. The one you see over here is just a reflection of this you know, fuel inlet. But the tank, it almost looks like somebody has scrubbed it. It looks so clean, I think. But let me just let this thing drain. I didn't think it would. I don't have that much gas in it to start with, but still flowing pretty good, and I've got a bucket down there catching it. So maybe I'll get lucky and I can, you can't, I doubt if you can see in there, but maybe you can. Maybe I'll get lucky and I can drain all this fuel out and minimize any spillage. I'll come back. All right, I got the fuel bowl assembly off, and I'll show you where we stand with this thing. I won't be able to finish today, but so I pulled this guy loose. The passages right there on that side and this side appear to be extremely clean, and see if I can set that there that it doesn't drop. And then but the problem I got, which I kind of anticipated based on what I'd read on the internet, is that this screen right here You might have to shim it a little bit, because obviously when I put it down in here, it's going to rattle around. And some people screen it with some I've read aluminum foil. Some people put epoxy on it. I'll have to read a little bit more about that. I'm a little concerned about, is that hole diameter going to be big enough to give me full flow when this thing's under full load? Because this tractor is not a parade queen. This thing has got to, it's got to be able to pull my baler, my square baler, like I've done in some other videos. And kind of makes me wonder if I should just chop this thing off right here and jam the remainder of this screen into this fitting. I can set that thing down here. So you can see how that's kind of loose, a whole lot of loose. But I want full fuel flow. It probably doesn't need a hole that big, but maybe it does. But you'd be really consuming a lot of diesel, or a lot of gas. So if you got any comments on that, I'd be curious to hear about it. It's almost tempting, like I say, to cut that screen off and push that down in there, and then epoxy around the top of the screen, and just not have this part right here. And then I know I got full fuel flow. That little stand pipe right there, I'm not sure that somebody didn't do that. I'm not sure that's from the pictures. I think I remember seeing these the top of this casting right here. That's it. There's nothing down inside of it. So there's that. And so also I bought a new gasket and screen for my sediment bowl. But I tell you, I like this one right here. It looks like it's made of, brass or copper. So I may reuse that one. I'm not crazy about this plastic right here, and that ridge when it comes time to seat up against the underside of that thing. So I thought while I had it, and if you recall from my Farmall fail video, when this thing quit running, I took this, I worked my way upstream to the fuel bowl, and basically fuel was not coming out of the bowl. And there's some if you look on the side right there, there's a little opening on that side and one on that side, and those two were clogged. And if you recall from that video, I took and a piece of hay, a stem, and cleaned that out. And if any of this looks like it's wrong for this tractor, somebody tell me. But basically, the fuel was being stopped in this assembly right here at those openings before it could ever make it on down to the carburetor. But nonetheless, there's a screen at the inlet of the carburetor, and I thought, well, while I'm in here, I probably ought to take that loose. So this piece of fuel line right here, and this piece right here, I pulled loose, and it looks like somebody has just taken this brass screen, probably the same material they used on the inlet of the fuel bowl, that screen on that sediment bowl. And it looks like they kind of soldered it right there maybe. So I'm going to order another one of these. This is all one piece right here. I'm going to order another one of those and put that on there, so I'll be good to go. And then I'm going to order a carburetor kit. I don't think I'll need it. This thing had carburetor work. That carburetor had been rebuilt. Somebody actually did some work on this tractor on the fuel system before I ever bought it. And as you've seen in my videos, it's just ran really, really good. But I think where we messed up is we ran it dry and sucked some debris down in the inlet of that fuel bowl. But I'm going to put everything back together with a new screen here and see what I got. And I'll run it, and if it stalls out from fuel starvation, then I'll take this carburetor off and see what's going on down in there. But you know, this the fuel has to go down in this sediment bowl. I guess it comes up, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so there's the, I have to think for a minute. So there's the outlet of the sediment bowl. So the fuel comes in to the center, and then it goes into this sediment bowl, and then this screen right here kind of keeps everything clean going out of the sediment bowl to the carburetor. And I guess as a fail-safe, they have this screen on there too. So the mesh on that is so fine that I question whether or not there's anything wrong with the carburetor. And this was pretty clean. This was actually really clean when I took this off. And of course I've cleaned this fuel bowl out once, but there's a little bit of stuff in the bottom of it. But the tank is clean. I mean, it's got a little bit of a grit down in there, as I mentioned earlier. It almost looks like somebody has had it off and put this coating on it. I think it's called POR. It almost looks white on the inside of that tank. But I think if I can get the standpipe screen in place, and then I think if I can get this screen changed out the way it should be. And of course this is a new filter on here, and the old one was okay. I think I'll be all right, but I'll definitely run it and see what happens with this carburetor if it conks out. But right now we're still dead in the water with the Farmall 350, and but we need this tractor as the temperatures get cold. It'll start, this gasoline tractor will start when the diesels struggle with their old age and, you know, lack of compression like they were when they were new. But this thing will fire off in a minute when it's cold. So let me come back. All right, sorry to break off, but my battery was going dead here in my camera. But fine old tractor, 1958 Farmall 350. Obviously a gasoline tractor, power steering. It's got TA. It's got independent PTO. It's got the fast hitch on it, and it's got three. I guess you could disable the remote and have three. I guess you could disable the fast hitch and have three remotes, but one of those levers is for the fast hitch, and the other two are for remotes. One of them's here, and the other one is not plumbed; it's blocked off. But let me get my wrench. But what a great tractor this has been, and I want to kind of keep it running. and still things that we can do to it to make it better. One of these days I might do a full restoration on it. I don't know. Right now this tractor's kind of an all business. It's all business, you know, pulling hay wagons and moving the equipment around, especially with that fast hitch. It's so handy. And but you want to get it, definitely want to get the Farmall 350 going as the weather and the temperatures plunge. So stay tuned. Will be another video here. Hopefully I'll have some parts next week, and we can continue on and have this tractor running. So hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. That helps. And again, 1958 Farmall 350. And we'll talk to you later.